Hey everyone's Jackel Wolf back in Skyfactory 4 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the advancement book. Last episode, we did the cookie sapling, which is a part of all of the trees. We also went and did some of the Tinker's stuff, which is the Yo-Yo Ma and the Axe Me Anything. This episode, I do want to get back to these, all the trees. I do want to finish this one off shortly. Today, we're going to work on the Osmium Sapling and the Copper Sapling. And I would do the Ardite and the Cobalt today, but we actually need to build some machines using Osmium before we can get that far. So they're going to be for another episode, but we are going to build the machines with the Osmium this episode. So to build the Osmium Sapling, we are first going to need a Copper Sapling. To make a Copper Sapling, we are first going to need some red sand. Now, to make red sand, we're going to need a piece of red dye, a cauldron full of water. We're going to dye that red. We're going to take the sand and we're going to dye that sand red. And that is absolutely perfect. We're going to take that piece of red sand, put it in a crafting table with 4 pieces of petrified resin, 2 sand resin, and 2 clay resin. That gets us some copper amber. Now, we've done this before. We're going to go take the copper amber. We're going to go and throw it into a melter. So once that's melted, we're going to need a spruce sapling to pour that on. So to make a spruce sapling, we're going to need a petrified sapling, another cauldron full of water. We're going to right click on that and you can see we've got ourselves a spruce sapling. So as soon as this is full up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the spruce sapling, we're going to put it in the porcelain casting table. It looks like the molten copper is ready. We're going to go pour that on the spruce sapling and it will turn itself into a copper sapling. We're going to collect the acorns and amber from that because we're going to need some of that for the next portion of this build. So we're going to go drop that there. We're going to go twerk, twerk, twerk. Hopefully it is going to be quick rather than slow. Oh, look at that. It happened quicker than I thought. We'll go grab those. We got the 5 acorns. And how much resin did we get? We got 4 resin. That is good. So we need to take, I believe it is 2 pieces of resin, 2 pieces of the copper resin, put them into a crafting table with 4 iron resin, 2 quartz resin, and 1 nickel resin. That gets us some osmium amber. So let's come over here. Let's go and just break this up for the moment. And we're going to go and throw it back down into our inventory. Place it up on the thing, and into it goes the Osmium Amber. Now, while this is melting, we're actually going to need to get ourselves a mineral sapling. We have done this one before, but to get a mineral sapling, it is simply a lapis sapling in the water gets you that mineral sapling. So I'm not going to duplicate that one again. We've already got enough to do this episode. So any second now, that Osmium Amber will be ready. Let's go put the mineral sapling in the casting basin or casting table, and there we go. We got the molten osmium. We're going to click on that. This will turn it into an osmium sapling. And then again, we're going to go and collect a bunch of resources this time because we're going to need a fair bit of it for the next couple of steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over here. We're going to go plant it. I'm going to go twerk it up. I'm going to get some resin. I'm going to get some acorns, and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back and we've got some osmium blocks in here, so we're going to go let the system make a couple more, but we're going to come over, we're going to take the osmium blocks and we're just going to break them down to osmium ingots, and we're going to take one of those ingots, we're going to place it into a crafting table with 4 iron ingots, 2 pieces of redstone, 2 furnaces. That gets us our Metallurgic Infuser. Now, the Metallurgic Infuser is very, very useful, and we're going to need it for a couple of items. So first off, we're going to come over here, right over to my little power area. I probably could have moved everything over there, but I figured it was just easier to build all this stuff over here. So if we open it up, we've got a little bit of a GUI in here. So first thing we're going to do is we've got to put the material to be infused into the other material. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of redstone. We're going to place it in here. You can see we've got some 360 bits of redstone. I'm going to take 2 pieces of osmium because that is going to be part of the recipe. We're going to throw it in here, and as long as you've got power and you've got, I guess, fluid in here, it is going to start infusing whatever it is you put in here. So osmium turns into a basic control circuit. We're actually going to need 2 of these. So as soon as this one is done, And you can see it is taking up a little bit of redstone each time we do that. I'm also going to take 8 iron ingots. We're going to throw this in here. These are going to turn into, and I forget the name already, it's so much easier when you got a crafting table and it tells you right away. Enriched alloy. So we're going to need 8 pieces of this enriched alloy. While this is going, we are also going to need to make ourselves some steel. Now, I don't believe we've done it in my tutorial world, so I think it's a good opportunity to do this. Now, to make steel, you are first going to need some molten iron, and you're also going to need some liquefacted coal. Now, liquefacted coal is just coal in the melter. Molten iron is obviously just iron in the melter. Mixing these two together as an alloy will give us steel. You can see there's some steel being made down there, and we're just going to let this all pour into here. And as soon as this gets full up enough, why don't we, it's probably good enough now, we're going to start pouring that molten steel into the casting basin, and that's going to get us a block of steel. So I'm going to go cut here, I'm going to make a little bit of this, and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've got 3 blocks of steel. That should be enough for what we're going to do next. Let's come over here back to our Metallurgic Infuser. I'm going to grab those 8 enriched alloy, and we're going to come back over to our crafting table. I should have, while I was waiting for the stuff, I should have moved everything over there. But next up, we're going to have to make ourselves a machine block. Now, I'm going to have to take these blocks of steel, turn them into steel ingots, and we're going to go and take 4 steel ingots in a crafting table with 4 pieces of glass and 1 osmium ingot, and that's going to get us our steel casing. Now, before we do anything with the steel casing, we're actually going to take these 2 basic control circuits. We're going to put them in a crafting table with 2 pieces of enriched alloy, and that's going to get us our advanced control circuit, which is what we actually need to make the next component. So we're going to take 4 of these enriched alloys. We're going to take the steel casing, we're going to take the 2 advanced circuits and 2 buckets, and that gets us our Osmium Compressor. Now, the Osmium Compressor is what we're going to need to make the component for the Ardite Sapling, which is going to be some glowstone ingot. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the Osmium Compressor down. Similar to before, we're going to take a little bit of osmium. So instead of redstone, we're going to prime this with osmium. You can see it's filled up that osmium tank. And then we're going to take some glowstone, we're going to throw it in here, and as soon as it compresses it down, let's actually throw a little bit more osmium in there, just so we got enough so the process continues. And there we go. We've got some glowstone ingots. So that is going to be an item for next episode. But that is it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page, as well as a link to my brand new Patreon page. If you've enjoyed this series, if you've enjoyed this channel, and you would like to support, stop by, check it out. There's some really great tiers and perks for anybody that is supporting me. One of which is early access to the majority of my videos, as well as all of my supporters get their name at the end of all of my videos. So that is it. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.